In the heart of Chicago, at the upscale Lakeview Bistro, a hush fell over the dining room. Forks paused midair, and whispers faded as all eyes turned to a small clearing between the tables. 12-year-old Ethan Carter, his legs supported by sleek carbon fiber braces, stood trembling. His hand reached out to Maya Thompson, the only African-American server in the room. The soft jazz from a live quartet filled the air, and Ethan's sudden urge to dance had caught everyone off guard. "Ma'am, please control your son," snapped the manager. Mr. Reynolds, his voice slicing through the quiet. "This is a restaurant, not a dance studio. Our staff isn't here for your son's amusement." James Carter, billionaire founder of Carter Ventures, clenched his jaw. It was the first time he'd brought Ethan to a public dinner since the car accident 3 years ago that left his son partially paralyzed, a decision he was already regretting. "Ethan, sit down," James said, his tone low but firm. Maya stood still, her eyes flicking between the manager, the billionaire, and the boy whose hand still hovered in the air. After 6 years at the bistro, she knew how to blend into the background, especially for patrons like Carter. She untied her apron, folding it neatly. "Mr. Reynolds, my shift ended 10 minutes ago." Then, with a warm smile, she took Ethan's hand. "Can't dance with an apron on, can I?" James shot to his feet. "What do you think you're doing?" Maya met his gaze. "Accepting a dance invitation, sir?" Ethan took a shaky step, his braces clicking against the hardwood floor. Maya matched his pace, letting him lead. Whispers rippled through the room. "She's done for," muttered a nearby diner. James stood frozen, a memory flashing his late wife, Sarah, twirling Ethan in their living room, laughing. "It's not about the steps," she'd said. "It's about the joy." As Ethan moved, his face transformed. Fear melted into focus, then a spark of pride. For the first time since the accident, he wasn't being steered or pitied. He was in charge. "Mr. Carter," Reynolds hissed, "this won't happen again. She'll be dealt with." James didn't answer. Ethan's grin drowned out the room's judgment. When Maya guided Ethan back to the table after a few steps, she bowed slightly. "Thank you for the dance, young man. It was a privilege." As she turned to leave, James called out, "Wait." His voice sounded softer, almost uncertain. "Your name?" "Maya Thompson, sir." He pulled a business card from his jacket. "My office? Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Ethan tugged at his sleeve. "Dad, why'd you do that?" The question lingered as Maya walked away, her steps steady despite the weight of every stare. The next morning, Maya stepped into the gleaming lobby of Carter Tower in downtown Chicago. Her navy dress, a thrift store find, felt out of place among the tailored suits bustling past. At the reception desk, she announced herself. The receptionist, peering over her glasses, directed her to the 22nd floor. In the elevator, Maya gripped her worn purse, her resolve unshaken. She'd faced worse than a billionaire's summons. On the 22nd floor, Ms. Hargrove, a poised woman in her 50s, led her through glass-walled offices. "He got you fired, didn't he?" Hargrove asked bluntly in a waiting room. "It happens. Big clients make a call, and people like you are out." "People like me?" Maya raised an eyebrow. Hargrove shrugged. "You know, servers who step out of line." Maya's smile was sharp. "And where's my line supposed to be?" Before Hargrove could respond, her phone buzzed. "He's ready." James Carter's office overlooked Lake Michigan, the water shimmering like a promise. He stood by the window, his posture rigid. "Ms. Thompson, thank you for coming." He gestured to a chair. "Sit." The silence that followed was deliberate, a power play Maya recognized. She sat calmly, waiting. Finally, James spoke. Education, bachelor's in child psychology from DePaul, half-finished master's in pediatric therapy. James's brow flickered with surprise. And you wait tables. 2 jobs, actually. The bistro and tutoring at a community center. Keeps the lights on. He picked up a folder. I looked into you, Ms. Thompson. Your program, Step Forward, started 5 years ago. A dance therapy initiative for kids with mobility challenges. It's struggling, nearly bankrupt. Maya nodded. We make do. I didn't ask you here to offer charity, James said, pacing. I want you to work for Ethan, not as a server, as his therapeutic guide. Maya blinked. You have top specialists for that. Specialists, yes, neurologists, therapists, the best money can buy. But yesterday, you did something they haven't in 3 years. His voice cracked. You made him smile. Maya studied him. Behind the polished exterior was a father grappling with loss. I'll pay you 6 times your current income, he added. She stood. No, James froze. No, I don't work for people who see my race or job before my skills, and I don't take jobs to fix emotional gaps with money. She moved toward the door, then paused. Ethan doesn't need another expert. He needs room to grow. Step Forward runs classes Wednesdays and Fridays. 4 p.m. Southside Community Center. Bring him, first session's free. She placed a card on his desk and left. Hargrove, lingering outside, gaped. You turned down James Carter. Are you out of your mind? Maya smiled. Maybe, but I'd rather be me than owned. The following Tuesday, Maya was at the community center's front desk when her cousin, Lena, rushed over. There's a Tesla outside. Guess who's in it? Through the window, Maya saw Ethan peering out, nervous but eager. James sat in the driver's seat, gripping the wheel. Lena smirked. He won't come in. Rich guys like him don't do community centers. Don't bet against a kid with a mission, Maya said. The car door opened. Ethan climbed out, adjusting his braces. To Lena's shock, James followed, dressed in jeans and a sweater, looking painfully out of place. Told you, Maya whispered. Inside the Step Forward studio, colorful banners read, Move Your Way, and Every Step Counts. Kids with wheelchairs, crutches, and prosthetics danced to a lively beat. James frowned. This looks like chaos. It's freedom with a purpose, Maya replied. She turned to Ethan. Want to try? Ethan glanced at his dad, who nodded stiffly. Go ahead. I'm here. As Maya led Ethan to the group, Lena offered James a chair. First day's rough for parents, not kids. This isn't therapy, James said. I've hired the best rehab experts. Lena tilted her head. And how's that going for Ethan? The door swung open, and Dr. Vivian Brooks, a retired neurologist from Northwestern, entered. Her silver hair was tied back, and she moved with a walker. Lena leaned in. That's Dr. Brooks. She's studying how free movement rewires kids' brains. Brooks spotted James. Mr. Carter, you declined my funding proposals twice. James stiffened. Dr. Brooks, I thought this was just a dance class. Maya returned, leaving Ethan with the group. Step Forward is a neurotherapy program. We blend dance with brain science to help kids move on their own terms. Why work as a server if you run this? James asked. Because we're underfunded, and you said no to our grants. Twice? James's eyes narrowed. You knew who I was at the bistro. From the second you walked in, Maya said. When Ethan asked to dance, I saw a chance to show you what we do. Was it a setup? The dance, no. Ethan chose to stand. I chose to follow. Reporters entered. Cameras ready. James tensed. What's this? Lena handed him a tablet with a headline, Chicago program redefines pediatric therapy. Dr. Brooks smiled. We published our findings today. The press was invited. You used my son for publicity, James said, his voice cold. Maya led him to a quiet room lined with photos of kids, each with progress notes. One frame stood empty. That's our future, she said. A full therapy center, helping 600 kids a year instead of 60. You canceled our meeting 6 months ago. I swore I'd get your attention. Lena burst in. Maya, it's Ethan. Back in the studio. The music was off. Ethan stood in the center, one brace removed, balancing on a single crutch. The room was silent. He took a deep breath and stepped forward, small, unsteady, but his own. The kids erupted in cheers. Camera flashes lit the room. James's eyes glistened. That's why we built this, Maya said. It's about their steps, not perfect ones. You didn't have to manipulate me, James said. We tried reaching you twice. You didn't listen. Reporters spotted James. One approached. Mr. Carter, why are you at Step Forward? Did your foundation really reject their funding? James looked at Ethan, now helping another kid. He smiled, a rare sight. The hardest thing for someone like me, admitting I was wrong. The room went quiet. The Carter Foundation will fund Step Forward for 10 years and build a state-of-the-art therapy center based on Ms. Thompson and Dr. Brooks's work. On one condition, Ms. Thompson runs it. No strings attached. 6 months later, construction began on the Step Forward Therapy Hub in Chicago's South Side. It wasn't Carter's flashiest project, but it was his proudest. Maya oversaw every detail, often with Ethan and other kids offering ideas. James visited weekly, reading up on brain plasticity in his spare time. One evening, as they reviewed blueprints, Maya teased. Didn't peg you for a science nerd. Didn't peg myself for a lot of things, James said. Ethan ditched his second brace yesterday. His old therapist said that'd take years. You fired her, Maya reminded him, because you said she was wrong. And she was. He paused. Why didn't you accept my apology? You never gave one. You funded us, changed policies. That's not sorry, it's action. At the hub's opening, the space buzzed with kids dancing, wheelchairs spinning, and crutches tapping. Ethan, now using just a slim brace, led a group routine. His steps were slow but bold. James watched from the sidelines. Quiet. He doesn't need you to carry him anymore, Maya said, joining him. But he needs me here. James replied, Big difference. He turned to her. Thank you. For what? For showing me how to step back. A reporter approached. Mr. Carter. What's it like seeing Ethan thrive? James looked at his son. Now, guiding a younger boy. I'm proud not of what he's overcome, but of who he's becoming. The real lesson. Leadership isn't about control. It's about following when someone shows you a better path. 2 years later, Step Forward expanded to 5 cities. Maya won the National Pediatric Therapy Innovator Award, and her methods reshaped rehab programs nationwide. Ethan, using only a cane on tough days, joined a regular middle school and spoke at therapy conferences, inspiring kids to find their rhythm. James, once defined by his wealth, learned that true strength lies in letting go, trusting others to lead. This story of a billionaire, a server, and a brave boy reminds us that change starts with a single step taken together.